Alright, and this will be the tour of my Satisfactory factory so far. The hub, obviously. Right over here I have the MAM, which is the research center, the awesome shop, and the equipment workshop. This is where I used to create biomass when I was still using the biomass burners, which I have 10 right over there. Right in here I would feed the wood and the leaves into that container, which would smart sort here and here into that single assembler right there, and that would pump out the biomass at 100% efficiency. This was the old power grid. This is what I used to use to power my old facilities, but quickly outgrew this because this didn't generate quite enough. This is the awesome sink. This is where I will put the alien DNA containers into to sink into the awesome sink, which, as you can see, it's still going even though nothing's in here. So all the awesome sinks are connected, which is really nice. First facility here is just the basic iron facility. I have one pure source here that feeds into all these rods, which make screws. This is before I had any alternative recipes. And then plates and rods. So I got plates, screws, and rods. And then up here on the other side, I have what I call the advanced iron production, which is coming off another pure source. And that will make the rotors, these reinforced iron plates, and the modular frames all into these containers here. This right here is the copper facility, which I don't have enclosed yet. I haven't really been back in this area. I've been working on the steel bit for a bit, but copper sheeting, wires right here, and then the cables. Right over there is going to be, this is the concrete facility. I have one pure, one normal miners going on here to make the 180, to make this 100% efficient between these four, which all feed into here. Loaded with concrete. I don't really use a whole lot of concrete, so I only have that going right now, but I might need more in the future. And then this is the smart plating facility. I have a pure source of iron, which mines out here, gets smelted, and then into these, splits out. This will make screws, a whole bunch of screws. These will make the plates, and then some of the plates, and then some of the rotors. So then these screws merge in, go over to one. These make the plates here. So this one is making rotors, and that one over here is making the smart plates, and then they both merge and split out into two of these. So I'm making 2 per minute here and 2 per minute here. So that's 4 smart plating per minute, which merge in and go into this here. Alrighty, and then over that direction, which you might have gotten a glimpse of earlier, is my steel production area. And I have a hyper tube that leads over there, which is pretty nice. Can't wait to get the jetpack. It'll be so much easier than running and tripping over a little bit of rocks when using the Blade Runners. Yeah, that is the hyper tube, and it's actually quite nice. I enjoy it quite a bit. One more sip of the coffee, and into their tube. I do think it's kind of funny that game doesn't quite know how to clip the Blade Runner legs onto you, so they kind of just dangle there below the tubes. Just hanging out. Yeah, but it's nice. It's pretty fast. You get a nice little scenic view of the hillside as you're cruising on by. And here we are. So this one has 1 and 2. 1, 2 different things. These are both overclocked when they're going into this facility, since I only had the space to put the 2. They feed in here, then I funnel the pipes in on either side into these, and then the coal gets mined in from right over there. That guy right there brings it over, And this is all 8 running at 100% efficiency. And then this one, which is the first one I built, coal goes in here. I have a little bit of a buffer just in case anything goes wrong. I keep it running and I don't have to re-kickstart everything. Then these 3 pipes are running normal, not overclocked from the water extractors. And since there's 3 pipes and I only have 2 going up, I just kind of merged them here back and forth so to try and even out the water pressure. And then to fix the overhead going up, I have pumps here and here. So, whoops. Ding. So, like 10 meters. Every 10 meters, basically, these things can bring you up. So I have 2 to get it up to the full 25, I think this is. Yeah, but these, each pipe goes in, gets their own water buffer, which, along with the coal thing, if anything goes wrong and flips the fuse, we'll be able to keep this running even after power getting cut. So just kind of a little backup, just to keep things safe and running smoothly. Nice catch. And then right here is my first steel facility. This is just building the pipes and the rods. Got a pure coal source here, and then from up there, right about there, is a pure iron source, which I'm bringing back down through the roof. So iron comes in here, coal comes in there into these foundries, which makes the steel, which all the steel gets funneled in here, here, and here, up into their next floor, which is up here. And then coming in through the floor, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 of these, making 3 each between the rods and the tubes, which all go up into the next floor. That's the steel coming down from above. And then they are stored up here in the 3rd level, which I eventually want to route them back out here and bring them back towards the home base over there, but haven't done that quite yet. But you do get a nice little view of the power plant area and what's left of the lake. And then you might have seen another hypertube, which leads to my encased steel beam facility. This guy right here. So this is the miner. I just have a little hut for the miner to keep it enclosed. Brings up the coal there, merges with a second second iron ore close to that guy over there. So there was 2 close by, so I bring 1 down and then I bring 1 coal up. So things are kind of crossing back and forth, but it's the best way I could do it to make it as efficient as possible. These tubes are so nice. I really like them. Don't have to worry about climbing up ladders or zip lining anymore. Just kind of cruise on through. As you can see over here, that is where I'm bringing the iron down to do the first steel facility. Yeah, but here we are. I have concrete feeding in from a little facility down there. I'll show you in a moment, but I'll show you from the beginning how it works. This is the encased steel beams. I have right there coal coming in, pure source here. I have it split between two layers of foundries, and then they drop back down onto this side, and then this side, the lower side, goes in over here. So that's all making just the steel beams, which get brought up to the 2nd level. How this guy is able to climb with coffee in hand and not spill the coffee is amazing. Then you go up here to the 2nd level, and from the floor you see the steel being brought in, and then the concrete being brought in from the other side. I forgot to take this little bit off. There we go. That should keep things a little bit more efficient. And then it'll split into here, 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 which all are making encased steel beams, which come out right over here. And I can show you that the concrete little making area that feeds into here, which I'm going to need this for. And there we go. So this facility here is just for making concrete. It's really simple. It's just a pure Mark II source overclock, underclock just ever so slightly because I only need 225. But all the limestone feeds in there, makes the concrete, which gets fed out through there, raised up and brought back to the facility, which is really close. This is actually pretty close to the steel facility here, so everything is rather close to each other, which is quite nice for this area. I enjoy it quite a bit, not having to traverse super far for everything. And then the only thing left I have not shown is the Caterium, which is the quick wire, and then the quartz, which I used to have going into assemblers in a container because I needed the silica for the windows and stuff, but now I have them going into an awesome sink just to keep the point flow going. I like that you don't have to worry about like momentum like that hill back there. Going a little bit slow, but you still are able to get back up it. Alrighty, we're back to the hub. Then back out in the opposite direction is where the Caterium and the quartz are at. So I will show you the Caterium first because it is moderately closer. That way goes out to the quartz, this way goes to the Caterium. Yeah, I definitely want to put hyper tubes out this way because the zip line, it's just kind of annoying having to jump every time, and if you miss, it's a long way down and a long walk back if you miss, and that's never fun. Nice thing about the zip line though that the hypertube doesn't have is if you hold shift, you can speed it up a little bit. It like puts it into turbo mode. So instead of just going slow, you can get quite a good deal of momentum and speed. But the bad guys can't touch you even. Long drop down. Even when you're on and going slow, you're high enough to where they can't jump at you. So it's only really for expediting your movement than it is for like getting away from things that speed up. Yeah, this is where it used to go into an awesome sync, but the raw quartz is actually better points per item than the Caterium, so I haven't put that back onto a container yet. Otherwise, I have this one here with all the Caterium. I haven't put any lights in here yet. Alright, and then the only thing that's left to show is the quartz facility. This way. Yeah, the other downside of the zipline is if you miss that, it's a long drop down. That the big guy, the tick whale walking giraffe alien, it has a really weird name. The big dude, he can walk in front of the wires, and you'll just bounce right off him, just like boom. And it's kind of annoying, but he's friendly, so can't hold it against him. And I do like that these trees kind of light up at night. It's really nice looking. And there's looks to be Saturn, I'm assuming, or some Saturn adjacent looking planet. And then we'll take this wire over here. In time to jump right. Nice. To the quartz facility. And this one is a lot more precarious of a journey, so I definitely want to get the hypertubes. going this way when I can. Whoops. I got kind of haphazard with the placement of these power poles, trying to get out to this facility because it's a decent distance away, but it's the closest quartz at all to where my hub is at. I also like that some of these branches you can kind of just clip through, so you don't have to worry about cutting every single tree in your path down. Alright, almost there. There's another little crash here. I found so many drop pods just by trying to like get to where the nodes are. I'm like, oh, there's a drop pod, there's a drop pod. It's a pretty convenient way to locate them. Not really convenient, but pretty cool way to locate them is just by like naturally finding them while you're trying to explore, not hunting out them specifically. Oh, I almost missed that. That would have been bad. Yeah, here. So this is the quartz facility. Used to have it going into these assemblers, which would loop back around into this container to have the raw quartz and the silica. But because raw quartz is really good for the awesome sink, I just have it pumping into here, along with this guy over here. Just straight into the... And I could even put this into a Mark II now and make it go even faster. Yeah, that is everything I have built so far. I hope you enjoyed this little tour, and thanks for watching.